In the Galactic Union, victory had a pattern. Strongest fleets won. Oldest empires survived. Most advanced technology dominated. Everything else faded into history. So when Earth was first catalogued, no one expected anything remarkable. Humans were placed in the lowest strategic tier. Non-dominant emerging species. In simpler terms, not a threat. Not a priority. Not worth preparing for. That classification would later be archived as one of the greatest mistakes in galactic history. For decades, humanity remained unnoticed. They signed treaties. They followed restrictions. They accepted limitations placed on their expansion. Other species saw them as cooperative, even polite. But beneath that surface, something was always being missed. Humans were not stagnant. They were accumulating patterns, learning every system, studying every weakness, understanding every rule not to break it, but to understand how it worked. The turning point came during the Asteron conflict. Two major alien powers entered a war that threatened to destabilize multiple sectors. The Union expected years of fighting, massive fleet deployments, heavy casualties. Instead, Earth requested involvement. A single advisory presence. No weapons authorization required. The request was accepted as symbolic participation. A formality. What followed defied all expectations. Within weeks, the conflict began collapsing on its own. Not because armies were defeated, but because entire strategies stopped working. Supply chains became inefficient overnight. Communication routes became unreliable without explanation. Command structures began rejecting their own escalation orders. A senior alien strategist reviewed the battlefield data and said something no one forgot. They are not winning the war. A pause. They are removing the logic that keeps the war alive. Confusion turned into concern. Concern turned into fear. Because nothing in known galactic warfare prepared anyone for an enemy that did not destroy your forces, but instead made your decisions fail before execution. Then came the second incident. A coalition of warlike species attempted a coordinated invasion of independent systems. They expected resistance. They expected fleets. They expected destruction. What they did not expect was silence. Human presence was minimal. No direct engagement. No visible command centers. Just scattered monitoring stations. And yet, the invasion collapsed within days. Not through battle, but through breakdown of coordination. Each faction began questioning its own objectives. Each alliance found contradictions in its agreements. Each command chain began dissolving internally. It was as if war itself had lost coherence. A Union observer finally spoke the truth aloud. They are not stronger than us. A pause. They are operating on a level where strength is no longer the deciding factor. The Council demanded answers from Earth. The response was calm. Simple. Unemotional. We never tried to win wars. A pause. We tried to understand why they happen. Another pause. And then we remove the conditions that allow them to continue. That was the moment everything changed. Because the galaxy finally understood. Humanity was not playing the same game. They were rewriting the rules that defined what winning even meant. No final battle was ever recorded. No great conquest. No dramatic last stand. Just a steady collapse of conflict systems wherever human influence reached. Wars did not end. They became unnecessary. And slowly, the Galactic Union updated its historical archives with a new classification. Humans, last species expected to win, because they did not compete. They redesigned the conditions of competition itself.